Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a video on the Lowsey channel, and today we are back and we're talking about my club, Newcastle United. In fact, why am I wearing a Wolves top? Let's change that. Ladies and gentlemen, that feels so much better. But yeah, welcome back to the video. If you are new here, please do me a massive favour. Please like, subscribe and comment. It does me the world of good. It leaves an amazing amount of support. And as I said, it means the world. But we're talking about two Newcastle transfers today. One is Newcastle United's dream target, and the other one is a deal that could be fairly close and could even be done by the start of July. So let's jump straight into it. So we're going to talk about Newcastle's dream transfer first. And oh boy, if we got this guy, I would be so happy. It's Giorgio Scalvini from Atalanta. He's a 21-year-old centre-back, and he's just, to be honest, he's just recovered from an ACL injury. However, when we signed Tino Livramento, he had also just recovered from an ACL injury, so it's not the end of the world for the Italian man. I've seen a lot of people a bit thinking about it, but it can go two ways. Of course it can, but I think he'll be fine. He's a young man, he's a fit man. As I said, he's got like his whole career in front of him because he's younger than me. I'm 22. I've turned 22 in March. He's 21 years old. Born on the 11th of December 2003. He's 6'4", so that's 194 meters. He's a tank for 21 years old. He's a centre back. He's a ball-playing defender, but he can also play in a defensive midfielder role. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, he is Italian. This signing, honestly, I've signed him on FM, and FM, obviously, it's a game, isn't it? But it's a very detailed football game. But I've signed this guy on FM, and from looking at his traits, and even watching him in the Europa League last year, and even seeing like little compilation clips I've seen of him, this guy is serious. Like, he is destined to be Italy's starting centre-back, a future Italian captain. And we've got Tonali. Hopefully Tonali can put some words in for him to tell him to come to this beautiful football club. But damn, if we get this guy, like, listen, like, he made his senior debut for Atalanta when he was 17 years old. He made his breakthrough at 17 years old, and he's so composed on the ball. He's so intelligent as well, and he's got ability to play out from the back. He's got a great passing range. This is his perfect fit for Newcastle United, and that is the perfect man to replace Fabian Shaw, to play alongside Dan Burn, to play along with Sven Botman. This signing could be unbelievable. He's also mentioned he's 6'4". He's a big lad. He's really physical. He's got an aerial presence. On here, on an Italian outlet I'm looking at now, it says he's very compared to Alessandro Bastoni, though he's slightly taller and he's more physically imposing. So Italian press really likes him by the looks of things. He won the Europa League with Atalanta in 2020-24, part of Gian Piero Gasparini's historical side, who beat Leverkusen in the final to stop Leverkusen from winning the treble on their undefeated season. And of course, he's been linked with major clubs around Europe. And when you're one of the best young centre-backs in demand centre-backs in football, everyone's going to want them. Of course, I'm not saying Newcastle are going to do this. It is a dream target. It will take a lot of money, and it says that Atalanta don't really want to sell him, but they'll be open if the price gets right. I believe if Newcastle are going to want to get this deal sealed, we're going to probably be looking at Tonali type money, 55 million, 60, maybe even going to 70 million. It's going to be probably our most expensive signing of the summer if we do get Giorgio Scalvini. I would absolutely love us to sign this guy. Like, you do not understand how much I rate this football player. He's incredible. If we get him, oh my god, it's the most exciting, like one of the most exciting signings we're going to make, because this lad is going to go all the way, and this is just another signing for Newcastle that he's going to develop, of course, and he's young and he might make mistakes, but this is another signing that is going to elevate Newcastle United. And Eddie Howe, you've seen the miracle he's done with young players. Just a few examples: Tino Livramento, Lewis Hall, even young Lewis Miley to an extent, Asula to an extent as well, Anthony Gordon when he came in, and even if you look at some of the older players he did work with, Jacob Murphy, Joe Linton, Fabian Shaw, like, he's done a lot of great work. Even Kraft as well, who I like to call Emil Krafu. He's done a lot of great work with older and young players. So In looking at his playing style and strengths, he looks like he's perfectly suited to an Eddie Howe defence. An Italian centre back, 6'4", fast ball play. It gives so much aura. This is an aura signing as well as one of the best signings in the Premier League transfer window if we do get it made. But now let's move on to the next signing, who could be advanced by the start of July. So moving on to the next signing now, you probably would have guessed it by now. England international goalkeeper James Trafford, the 22-year-old born on the 10th of December 2002, who played 45 matches in the Championship last season, and he kept a record 29 clean sheets. Well, it's a tied English record, but he got the record, 29 clean sheets in the Championship. But something that I think is more impressive, he conceded 16 goals across 46 matches, a record low in English League history. Of course, it's not all down to the goalkeeper, because he's got a defence in front of him, he's got a midfield, and he's got an attack. But of course, when you see some of the saves he did make last season, everyone knows about James Trafford, a 6'6" England international goalkeeper who even had spoke about how gutted he was that he didn't get a join in Newcastle last summer, because he knows it's a perfect fit for him. And I've got no doubt in my mind, I think he'll come to Newcastle United, and no other team, I don't think any other team will, if they go for him, I don't think he'll go. I think he'll join Newcastle, and he's another young man that Eddie Howe will do work wonders with and make sure he's that England starting goalkeeper in years to come. So let's look at his youth career. So he started his football journey at Carlisle United, so somewhere quite close to Newcastle. But then he joined Manchester City's academy in 2015 at the age of 12. Yes, Manchester City are no mugs. They don't sign mugs to their academy. You've seen some of the talent that comes out of that academy. Cole Palmer, I would even say James Trafford now, and even if you look at the other ones come through, Phil Foden had come through that academy. O'Reilly, the young man who's just breaking through, he come from the academy, and they're selling so many players that have come through the academy who are just amazing players. And yeah, I'd be really happy with this signing. But even if you look at, he didn't make any senior appearances for Man City. And he went from Man City to Burnley in 2023 of July for £15 million, and he became Burnley's #1 goalkeeper in the Premier League campaign after Muric had another Man City goalkeeper had an impressive campaign in the Championship for Burnley. He's represented England from the under-17s all the way to the under-21s. He starred in the 2023 European Under-21 Championship final. He kept 6 clean sheets in 6 games. He saved a 96-minute penalty against Spain to secure the title. But he also, after that save, he made a double save, and he was named in the team of the tournament. And I actually watched that live, and I was buzzing for them. But you might ask, Kieran, what is James Trafford known for? So he's got composure. Of course, in the first season at Burnley in the Championship, he didn't really see that to great extent, but he had a horrific defence on him, playing a Vincent Kompany style football that didn't quite work for Burnley in the Premier League. But he's great at shot stopping, he's got great distribution, and his composure will come when he's got the likes of Scalvini, Botman, Livramento, Hall. He's got his nice midfield in front of him. He will be a great goalkeeper for us. He's very, very talented, and he's massive as well. 6'6". He's an absolute giant. Well, I'm 5'9", so of course I would say that. But yeah, he's I've seen a little interview of him, and he actually idolises Manuel Neuer. And he said this is on a outlet that he kind of tries to model his game around Manuel Neuer a little bit, which is quite cool. Well, look at when he last played in the Premier League. I think he's come leaps and bounds since he played in the Premier League last time, because obviously he's now an England international. He's had a great season, but in the 23-24, he kept 2 clean sheets in 28 matches and conceded 62 goals. People will say the negative about that, but don't worry. He's playing for Burnley. I think if you put any goalkeeper in that Burnley side, they wouldn't have kept many more clean sheets than them, and they probably would have conceded the same amount of goals, or maybe just a few less, because the defence was really, really bad. And I'm sure Burnley fans can agree with me on there. But yeah, that start conceded 16 goals in the season. It's absolutely outrageous, as well as 29 clean sheets along the way. Like, you can call Scott Parker's football boring, defensive, but it worked, and it's gave James Trafford a massive platform. According to reports, it'd be anywhere from 30 to 40 million to get this deal done. I'm of the belief that it'll take 30 million. I don't think they'll charge 40. I think I've seen a lot more credible sources saying it's going to be 30 million. So I believe it's going to be 30 million. But nonetheless, hopefully we get them as cheap as possible and the deal gets done very, very soon. But if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.